For countless generations, people have searched for treasures that could secure their future. They built kingdoms, gathered wealth, conquered lands, and erected monuments designed to withstand the passage of time. Yet history repeatedly demonstrates that material riches are temporary. Gold can be stolen, cities can fall, and empires can crumble into dust. What remains long after these things disappear is the inheritance of faith, conviction, and values passed from one generation to the next. This inheritance cannot be measured by earthly standards because its worth extends beyond possessions and power. It is carried in the hearts of those who embrace it and passed forward through their actions, decisions, and commitment to a higher purpose. Throughout history, faith has served as a guiding light during periods of uncertainty and turmoil. In times when nations faced invasion, famine, persecution, and disaster, people often discovered that their greatest source of strength did not come from military might or political influence. Instead, it came from their unwavering belief in principles greater than themselves. This faith gave ordinary individuals the courage to endure circumstances that seemed impossible. It inspired them to persevere when others surrendered and to maintain hope when every visible sign pointed toward despair. The inheritance they received became a source of resilience that sustained entire communities through generations of hardship. Many of the most influential figures in history understood that their true legacy would not be found in the wealth they accumulated but in the values they left behind. Parents taught their children lessons of honesty, integrity, compassion, and perseverance. Elders shared stories of sacrifice and endurance. Religious leaders encouraged their followers to remain steadfast despite challenges. These teachings became a living inheritance, shaping character and guiding future generations through difficult decisions. Unlike material possessions, which diminish when divided, faith grows stronger as it is shared among more people. The power of this inheritance can often be seen most clearly during times of crisis. When communities face adversity, individuals frequently draw upon lessons learned from those who came before them. They remember stories of courage in the face of danger and examples of unwavering commitment during moments of uncertainty. These memories become sources of strength, reminding them that they are part of something larger than themselves. The faith inherited from previous generations provides a foundation that remains firm even when external circumstances become unstable. Across centuries, countless believers have preserved their faith despite immense opposition. Some faced social rejection, while others endured imprisonment, exile, or persecution. Many could have chosen an easier path by abandoning their convictions, yet they remained faithful to what they believed. Their perseverance ensured that future generations would inherit not only their teachings but also their example. The courage demonstrated by these individuals became part of a larger story, inspiring others to stand firm in their own beliefs regardless of the challenges they encountered. Faith as an inheritance is unique because it requires personal acceptance. Unlike land or wealth, it cannot simply be handed over and automatically possessed. Each generation must choose whether to embrace the values and principles offered to them. This decision often involves personal reflection, commitment, and sacrifice. Those who accept this inheritance become responsible for preserving its meaning and ensuring that it continues to influence the lives of others. Through this process, faith remains alive rather than becoming a forgotten tradition. The transmission of faith often occurs through everyday experiences rather than dramatic events. Children observe the actions of their parents and grandparents. They witness acts of kindness, generosity, forgiveness, and perseverance. These examples leave lasting impressions that shape their understanding of what it means to live according to certain values. Over time, these lessons become deeply rooted, influencing decisions and guiding behavior long after the original teachers are gone. In this way, faith becomes woven into the fabric of family and community life. One of the greatest strengths of a spiritual inheritance is its ability to unite people across generations. Individuals separated by centuries can share common beliefs, values, and aspirations. They become connected through a shared commitment to principles that transcend time and place. This continuity creates a sense of belonging and purpose, reminding people that they are participants in a story much larger than their own lives. The experiences of those who came before provide wisdom and perspective that continue to guide future generations. The influence of faith extends beyond individual lives and shapes entire societies. Communities built upon principles of justice, compassion, and integrity often demonstrate greater resilience during difficult times. These values encourage cooperation, mutual support, and a commitment to the common good. As people pass these beliefs to future generations, they contribute to the development of cultures that prioritize character and moral responsibility. The inheritance of faith therefore becomes a force that affects not only personal decisions but also the broader direction of society. Every generation receives this inheritance with the opportunity to strengthen it further. The lessons learned from the past provide a foundation, but each era presents new challenges that require fresh demonstrations of courage and commitment. Individuals who remain faithful to their convictions add their own chapter to the ongoing story, creating examples that will inspire those who follow. Their choices become part of the inheritance itself, enriching the legacy that future generations will receive and carry forward. Throughout the course of history, courage has often emerged not in the absence of fear but in the decision to move forward despite it. Fear is one of the most powerful forces known to humanity. It can influence decisions, shape societies, and determine the actions of entire nations. Yet some of the most remarkable achievements in human history were accomplished by individuals who refused to allow fear to dictate their path. They understood that fear was a natural response to uncertainty, but they also recognized that surrendering to it would prevent them from fulfilling their purpose. Their willingness to choose courage over fear became the foundation upon which great movements, enduring legacies, and transformative moments were built. In every era, people have faced circumstances that seemed overwhelming. Ancient civilizations confronted invading armies, natural disasters, and political instability. Communities struggled against poverty, oppression, and uncertainty. Individuals often found themselves standing at critical moments where the future appeared unclear and the risks seemed immense. Fear whispered warnings of failure and defeat, urging them to retreat into safety and comfort. Yet many discovered that courage was not the absence of these fears but the determination to continue despite them. By acting with conviction, they demonstrated that fear does not have to control destiny. The history of faith is filled with examples of men and women who encountered extraordinary challenges yet remained steadfast. They lived in times when expressing their beliefs could result in rejection, imprisonment, or even death. Despite these dangers, they chose to remain faithful to their convictions. Their courage was not rooted in confidence that every outcome would be favorable. Instead, it came from a deep belief that certain principles were worth defending regardless of the cost. This perspective allowed them to face uncertainty with remarkable strength and resolve. Fear often grows strongest when the future is unknown. Human beings naturally seek security and predictability, yet history rarely unfolds according to expectations. Economic crises, wars, social upheavals, and personal hardships frequently emerge without warning. During such times, fear can create paralysis, causing individuals to hesitate when action is needed most. Courage, however, enables people to move forward even when they cannot see the entire path ahead. It allows them to trust in their values and convictions rather than becoming overwhelmed by uncertainty. Many of history's greatest leaders encountered moments when fear could have easily altered their decisions. They faced overwhelming opposition, powerful enemies, and circumstances that appeared impossible to overcome. Their success did not come because they lacked fear. In fact, many likely experienced fear more intensely than those around them because they understood the stakes involved. What distinguished them was their refusal to allow fear to determine their actions. They remained focused on their purpose and continued moving forward despite the risks before them. Faith has often served as a source of courage during difficult times. For countless individuals throughout history, belief in a greater purpose provided strength when circumstances appeared hopeless. Faith encouraged them to look beyond immediate dangers and focus on enduring truths. It reminded them that temporary hardships did not define their ultimate destiny. This perspective enabled them to endure suffering, persevere through adversity, and maintain hope even when surrounded by uncertainty. Their faith became a shield against despair and a source of courage that sustained them through challenges that might otherwise have broken their spirit. Communities that prioritize courage over fear often display remarkable resilience. During periods of crisis, individuals come together to support one another and work toward common goals. Fear tends to isolate people, encouraging self-preservation and mistrust. Courage, by contrast, inspires cooperation, sacrifice, and unity. History contains countless examples of communities overcoming extraordinary obstacles because individuals chose to act with bravery rather than retreat into fear. Their collective courage created opportunities for recovery, growth, and renewal even in the face of significant adversity. Personal courage is often demonstrated through everyday choices rather than dramatic acts of heroism. Individuals face decisions that require honesty, integrity, perseverance, and conviction. Speaking the truth when it is unpopular, defending what is right when it is challenged, and remaining faithful to principles during difficult circumstances all require courage. These choices may seem small compared to the grand events recorded in history books, yet they have a profound impact on character and society. Over time, consistent acts of courage shape lives and influence future generations. Fear frequently promises protection but often imposes limitations. It convinces people to avoid risks, remain silent, and settle for less than they are capable of achieving. Courage challenges these limitations by encouraging action despite uncertainty. It enables individuals to pursue meaningful goals, embrace opportunities, and overcome obstacles that might otherwise appear insurmountable. History demonstrates repeatedly that progress is rarely achieved by those who avoid all risks. Instead, it is accomplished by those willing to confront fear and move forward with determination. The choice between courage and fear continues to confront every generation. New challenges emerge, circumstances change, and uncertainties arise, yet the fundamental decision remains the same. People must choose whether they will allow fear to define their actions or whether they will act according to their values and convictions. Those who embrace courage become examples for others, demonstrating that fear does not have to determine outcomes. Their actions inspire confidence, strengthen communities, and contribute to a legacy of perseverance that continues to influence future generations. Every generation enters the world carrying the benefits of sacrifices made by those who came before. The freedoms people enjoy, the values they uphold, and the opportunities available to them are rarely created in a single moment. They are often the result of countless years of effort, perseverance, and dedication from previous generations. Those who came before endured hardships, faced uncertainty, and overcame challenges so that future generations could inherit something greater than what they themselves possessed. This inheritance is not merely a collection of traditions or stories, it is a responsibility that requires active participation and stewardship. Each generation must decide how it will honor and preserve what has been entrusted to it. History demonstrates that civilizations flourish when people understand the importance of responsibility. Societies built upon strong values, ethical principles, and shared commitments depend upon each generation maintaining those foundations. When individuals recognize that they are caretakers rather than merely beneficiaries, they contribute to the continued strength of their communities. The lessons learned through centuries of struggle become valuable guides for navigating contemporary challenges. Ignoring these lessons can place entire societies at risk, while embracing them can provide stability and direction during uncertain times. The responsibility of each generation extends beyond preserving physical achievements. Buildings, monuments, and institutions may symbolize historical accomplishments, but the values underlying those achievements are even more important. Principles such as integrity, courage, compassion, and faith cannot be preserved through structures alone. They survive only when individuals choose to practice them in their daily lives. Every generation inherits these principles and must determine whether they will strengthen them, weaken them, or allow them to disappear. This decision influences not only their own future but also the future of those who will follow. Many of the rights and freedoms enjoyed today exist because previous generations were willing to make significant sacrifices. Throughout history, individuals have endured hardship, opposition, and personal loss while defending principles they believed were essential. Some faced persecution for their beliefs. Others sacrificed comfort, security, and even their lives for causes greater than themselves. Their actions created opportunities and protections that future generations would inherit. Remembering these sacrifices helps people understand that the benefits they enjoy today were not obtained without cost and should not be taken for granted. Faith communities throughout history have emphasized the importance of passing values from one generation to the next. Parents taught their children not only beliefs but also the character traits necessary to live according to those beliefs. Religious traditions often served as vehicles for preserving wisdom, moral guidance, and spiritual understanding. Through stories, teachings, and examples, older generations prepared younger ones to face challenges they themselves might never encounter. This transfer of knowledge and values ensured continuity even during periods of dramatic social and political change. The challenges faced by each generation are rarely identical. New technologies emerge, cultural norms evolve, and global circumstances shift in unexpected ways. Yet the responsibility to uphold enduring values remains constant. While methods and approaches may change, principles such as honesty, justice, courage, and compassion continue to provide guidance regardless of historical context. Each generation must learn how to apply these timeless values to contemporary circumstances, ensuring that they remain relevant and effective in addressing modern challenges. Responsibility often requires difficult choices. It may involve defending unpopular truths, resisting harmful influences, or making sacrifices for the benefit of others. These decisions can be uncomfortable because they frequently demand personal discipline and commitment. However, history repeatedly shows that meaningful progress and lasting achievements often result from individuals who were willing to embrace responsibility despite the challenges involved. Their willingness to act according to principle rather than convenience created positive outcomes that benefited countless others. The influence of one generation extends far beyond its own lifetime. Decisions made today can shape the opportunities, values, and circumstances experienced by future generations. Educational priorities, cultural attitudes, moral standards, and community practices all contribute to the environment inherited by those who come after. Understanding this influence encourages people to think beyond immediate concerns and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. It reminds them that they are participants in an ongoing story rather than isolated individuals concerned only with present circumstances. Communities become stronger when individuals recognize their shared responsibility. Rather than relying solely on leaders or institutions, people contribute through their own actions and examples. Acts of service, mentorship, generosity, and integrity create positive influences that extend throughout society. When individuals embrace their role as stewards of inherited values, they help build environments where future generations can thrive. These contributions may seem small in isolation, but collectively they create lasting impacts that shape the character and direction of entire communities. The responsibility carried by each generation is both a privilege and a challenge. It involves honoring the sacrifices of the past while preparing for the demands of the future. It requires preserving what is valuable, improving what can be strengthened, and passing forward principles that will continue to guide others. Through commitment, perseverance, and faithful stewardship, individuals become links in a chain that stretches across centuries, connecting the wisdom of the past with the possibilities of the future. Throughout history, the future has never been shaped by those who simply watched events unfold from the sidelines. Every significant transformation, every movement that changed societies, and every achievement that inspired generations began with individuals who decided to take action. They understood that conviction without action remains merely an idea. While beliefs and principles are important, their true value is revealed when they influence decisions, inspire courage, and motivate people to step forward when challenges arise. The people who leave lasting marks on history are often those who refuse to remain passive observers and instead choose to actively participate in shaping the world around them. Action rooted in conviction requires courage because it often involves uncertainty and risk. Throughout the centuries, many individuals have faced moments when speaking the truth or defending what was right carried significant consequences. Some encountered opposition from powerful authorities, while others faced criticism from their own communities. Yet they recognized that remaining silent would compromise the values they held dear. Their willingness to act despite fear demonstrated the strength of their convictions and inspired others to do the same. Through their example, they showed that genuine leadership begins when principles are translated into action. Integrity serves as one of the most important foundations for meaningful action. A person who acts with integrity remains committed to ethical principles even when doing so becomes difficult or inconvenient. History is filled with examples of individuals whose honesty and moral consistency earned the trust and respect of those around them. Their actions carried influence because people recognized that their decisions were guided by principles rather than personal gain. Integrity transforms ordinary actions into powerful examples that encourage others to pursue what is right regardless of external pressures. Faith has often provided the motivation necessary for people to take courageous action. Many historical figures drew strength from their belief that their lives served a purpose greater than personal comfort or success. This perspective enabled them to persevere through obstacles that might otherwise have discouraged them. Faith encouraged them to trust in their convictions even when immediate results were not visible. It gave them confidence to continue moving forward despite setbacks and opposition, allowing them to remain focused on long-term goals rather than temporary difficulties. Leadership is not limited to those who hold positions of authority. Throughout history, ordinary individuals have demonstrated extraordinary leadership through their actions and character. They influenced their families, communities, and societies by setting positive examples and encouraging others to pursue meaningful goals. True leadership often emerges in everyday situations where people choose responsibility over convenience and service over self-interest. These seemingly small acts can have far-reaching effects, inspiring others to embrace similar values and contribute to positive change. Communities thrive when individuals actively participate in improving the lives of those around them. Acts of service, generosity, and compassion strengthen social bonds and create environments where people can flourish. History shows that many of society's greatest advancements resulted from individuals who recognized needs within their communities and took action to address them. Rather than waiting for others to solve problems, they accepted responsibility and worked diligently to create solutions. Their efforts demonstrate how personal initiative can contribute to collective progress and lasting improvement. The influence of action often extends far beyond what can be immediately observed. A single decision made with courage and integrity can inspire others in ways that are impossible to predict. History contains countless examples of individuals whose actions sparked movements, encouraged reform, or motivated future generations to pursue noble causes. Even when immediate outcomes seem modest, actions rooted in strong principles can create ripple effects that continue long after the original actor is gone. This reality highlights the importance of remaining faithful to one's convictions regardless of whether recognition or success appears immediate. Challenges and obstacles are inevitable whenever meaningful action is taken. Those who seek to make a difference often encounter resistance, setbacks, and moments of discouragement. History reveals that progress rarely occurs without difficulty. Many of the individuals now celebrated for their contributions endured criticism, failure, and uncertainty before achieving success. What distinguished them was their refusal to abandon their convictions when confronted by adversity. Their perseverance enabled them to overcome obstacles and continue pursuing goals that ultimately benefited others. Taking action with conviction also requires personal discipline and commitment. Good intentions alone are not enough to create lasting change. Meaningful achievements often result from consistent effort sustained over long periods of time. Individuals who make significant contributions typically develop habits of responsibility, perseverance, and self-control. They remain focused on their objectives even when motivation fluctuates or circumstances become difficult. Through disciplined action, they transform aspirations into accomplishments and demonstrate the practical power of conviction. Every generation faces opportunities to influence the future through courageous action and principled leadership. The decisions people make today will affect the lives of those who come after them, shaping the values, institutions, and communities that future generations inherit. By acting with integrity, serving others faithfully, and remaining committed to their convictions, individuals contribute to a legacy that extends beyond their own lifetime. Their actions become examples that inspire others to pursue truth, embrace responsibility, and dedicate themselves to causes that promote justice, compassion, and human flourishing.